So, welcome to Mindset and Marketing Secrets to Building Legacies. These are inspiring stories of online success. And in this series, we're highlighting the incredible journeys of real people who are achieving financial freedom and flexibility and diving into their mindset and marketing. So, I am believing that these inspiring stories will show you what is possible when you dream big and take action. And today, I am so excited. This is someone I have watched for a very long time. So I am so excited to introduce you all to my friend, Christelle Stoop. Christelle, thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you so very much for honoring me with this beautiful opportunity. Thank you for allowing me to be a guest on your live. I really appreciate that.
Aw. Well, I'm excited because you have a phenomenal story. You have a phenomenal heart, and I am just excited for you to share about what dreaming bigger, what plugging into a proven program looks like. So, first off, though, can you just tell us a little bit about you personally and what life looked like before you joined the Legacy Builder program?
Thank you so very much. Hi, so my name is Christelle Strip. Like you heard, I am from a little town in South Africa. I have had huge success in my business in my life. I've owned three businesses, but unfortunately, due to wrong decisions, due to COVID, and in our country, we had something called load shedding. Unfortunately, because of those, I lost not one, I lost two businesses. Then things just spiraled down. The bank repossessed my car, and I eventually fell pregnant. I was pregnant with a little girl at the age of 43, and I was sitting at home trying to find a way to make money online. So I was working for two foreign companies because that was my heart and my desire to work online so that I can earn in a foreign currency, but also be a stay-at-home mommy. But my hours were grueling. I was working from 4 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night, and it was horrible, horrible. I fetch my little girl at school at 1 o'clock, get her down for a nap at 2 so that I can work till 6 o'clock at evening. And because I was working for a call center, and by the time that I got off, I was highly strung. I mean, I literally theoretically had 2 hours with my little girl, and that's it. She's 2 years old. She needs mommy. And then I think God heard my prayers. And within a period of 2 weeks, I lost not one, I lost two jobs. And I was working for these companies for like almost a year. So I believe it was absolute divine intervention. But at the time, I didn't think so. I was sitting on my couch, jobless, 46 years old, no income because I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had no savings and I couldn't find a job, although I have degrees behind my name. And I did what everyone else does. I went searching online for an opportunity where I can earn money online. But my first desire was to be a stay-at-home mommy. Now, my son is part of a twin. My son is now 20 years old. He was part of a twin. Quite early in my pregnancy, I lost his sister. And 16 years later, I was blessed with my little girl. So for me, it was my passion to be with my little girl. I believe God gave it to me, but not to miss out on her life because she's such a beautiful, pure soul where it's like butterflies and rainbows and just pure happiness. And I needed that in my life. And I was missing out on her. So I eventually stumbled upon a digital marketing, didn't have the money to start. And after asking friends and family to help me to borrow the money, one evening my mom said to me, Christelle, do you really believe in this? And I said to mom, with my whole heart, my whole heart. I know I've prayed about this. God gave me four confirmations. He said, this is for me. And this, I know this is what I've been looking for. So my mom gave me a credit card, and that is how I got started. I didn't even have the money to get started, let alone anything else. I mean, in the 2 months that I didn't have an income, my mom was even paying my groceries for me. I could afford a loaf of bread or a chocolate for my little girl. That is where my life was prior to digital marketing.
My goodness. And I have seen your little girl. She is beautiful. And yes, even from pictures, you can tell that she is just so animated and she loves life. Oh my goodness. So, what were your initial thoughts before you joined? Did you have any fears, any doubts? It sounds like I mean, you said you knew this was going to work, but were there any hesitations before jumping into this?
There wasn't hesitations when jumping in. Like I said, I prayed about this, and like I said, God confirmed this
Amen.
is for you.
Volume.
So there wasn't that hesitation to get started. But 3 weeks in, I did what every newbie did, and I copied somebody else's content, literally word for word. Because I mean, I'm new to digital marketing. I don't know what this is about, and they were having success. So I thought that was the road to success. So whatever their content was, I copied it literally word for word. Whatever was on their screen, whatever was their hashtags, I copied it word for word. They would get like 18,000 views and I would get 100. And it crushed me. I was like, but I'm such a smart girl. How can I not get this? How can I understand what I'm doing wrong? And I was crying. And I thought that TikTok hated me, and I was a failure at this. And then I approached a lady, and she said to me, Christelle, did you do your training about how to find your perfect customer? And did you do it correctly? I'm like, well, I did it with my little girl on my lap while she was watching her tablet, and I was kind of like halfway listening to my training. She's like, go back and do that training properly. That was exactly 4 weeks in. That was a Thursday, 4 weeks in, exactly after I started. The Friday, I had my first sale.
Awesome.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Yes. Yeah, the training is so good. And
Yes.
so, what has been your biggest aha moment from the program?
The biggest aha is literally every single day. Every single day, it's like, just when you get to the point where you think it can't get better, Michelle pulls something out of the hat, and it's like, oh my word, where does this lady even come from? I mean, it's like it's just taking our business to the next level every single day, and it's just every training, every piece of information that you consume, everything that you learn, just literally, it just takes you out of that little box where you thought that you're not, this is how society is supposed to be, in a little box. And suddenly you realize that you're not, the sky's the limit. And the moment you start believing in yourself, anything is possible. So I literally have aha moments every single day. And it's like, oh my word, yes. And I think also just having a spirit-led business, you
Mm.
get those aha moments. It's like I would listen to somebody like for 5 minutes, and in that 5 minutes, I would get the answer that I was looking for on random, by random. And so that is what I've been grateful for. Has it been hard work? Very. I've worked my behind off, but I've also learned a lot. Have I made a lot of mistakes? Absolutely. I still do. I still do. But that is how you grow.
Amen. Exactly.
Mm.
And I know you've had a ton of wins, but what can you just share maybe one or two of your biggest wins since starting this program?
One of the things that absolutely stood out for me is the fact that we were on holiday in August of last year. We were on holiday for 10 days in a foreign country, basically just neighboring to where I am. And in those 10 days, I made $10,000, $10,800 in 10 days on holiday, spending time with my family, doing anything and everything that they wanted. That was probably one of the most amazing experiences that I've ever had. I mean, it was the first time that I was on holiday that there was no limits. I said to my son's 20 years old, I said to him, what is it that you want to do? Name it. Name it. We could not, and I don't mean this in an arrogant way, we couldn't spend money quick enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was just, it just came in. And that was while having fun with my family. That is the kind of income that I made because of this program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the other like really big aha moment was for me, or a really big a milestone was for me, purchasing my mom a car for her birthday. So my mom, like is the one that funded my program for me, and she has had a car like for the last 15 years, so much so that she was like struggling to get the money together for her car service. She's a single household income. My dad is at that time was quite sickly. In the meantime, he's passed away though. But that was what my mom was doing. And she was like literally turning around every cent. She didn't have the money to even service her car. And I purchased her car cash for her birthday. Never in her wildest dreams did she expect that. And that was one of my absolute favorite videos, just to give back to my mom in the measure that she has changed my life, believing in me when no one else did.
Oh my goodness. I saw
Yeah.
that video. I cried so hard. That just the her face watching the emotion as she was
Yes.
so shocked, but then it was sinking in and then just the love that she has for you and then the way you've been able to pay her back. I love that. Wow.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
So, do you have any success stories of maybe someone that you've helped start, something that they've achieved that you're proud of?
Of course, absolutely. I mean, I've got a lady inside of my community. She didn't purchase from me, but she upgraded with me.
Hmm.
And then I started giving her coaching. But I mean, she had to sell a couch to get started. She had to sell furniture to get started. She is the last time I checked in with her in South African currency, she had already earned 750,000 rand, which is three-quarters of a million in our currency. Then I've got a lovely gentleman, and his story always warms my heart as well. He was in IT, and for uh, all the time that he used to be in IT, he had to ask friends and family to take videos of his children doing sports events. He's got two little boys. He could never attend it himself. And then after he started this program, he said in January he was able to attend his 5-year-old son's first athletic event. And he said his little boy was running and running, but he was looking into the crowd the whole time. And it's like, he's my dad, he's my dad. He didn't win the race at all. But the fact that his dad was there, that was the deciding factor for him. And that is, it is success stories like that. Yes, we make good money. And yes, I'm grateful for that. But it's that getting your time back with the people that matters most. That is what this is about.
Wow. And so, how
Mm.
has your life personally changed since you started seeing the results that you've had?
I think there's not a day that goes by where I still don't pinch myself. That this is reality, that this is really my life. It still baffles me, and I literally thank God every day. This is not something that I talk about a lot, but this program has really brought me closer to God. I had gone from I've gone through quite a rough time in my life where I've lost a lot, and a lot of bad things had happened to me. And of course you stray away. But with this, just seeing the pure blessings, you could not believe that this is from God. You cannot not believe that this is a pure miracle. And whereas I literally didn't even pray in the past, now I like literally over social media, I am proud for what God has done in my life. So just if for nothing else, just on a religious and spiritual level, this has utterly changed my life. And just the opportunity that I have to be a light in other people's lives, because I believe that God blessed me with this business and this amount of knowledge so that I can inspire others and I teach others. And that's what I do in my community as well. I mean, I've got free 15-minute calls that whether you've purchased from me or not, book a call with me. Let me help you strategize. That is what I want to do. Then, of course, I've got the paid mentoring for people that need more than that, and then my community. But if nothing else, that has utterly changed my life.
Yeah.
My son was on holiday now for 6 months, and he came back. We were sitting in the car yesterday, and he's reading off his phone. I'm like, "Do you read?" He's like, "Mom, really?" I'm like, "Yes." I didn't even know my son loves reading. I didn't know that. That is how much I've missed out on my son's life. Now I get to get that back. I get to have time with him again. I get to have time with my little girl. I can provide him my mom's needs. I'm retiring her by the end of the year. But going from someone that literally could not afford a loaf of bread or a chocolate bar for my little girl to being debt free, purchasing 2 cars cash in a year, going on holiday twice, sending my son on a 6-month exploratory holiday overseas to go and decide what he wants to do with his life and grow up. never in my wildest dreams did I expect to be here. I mean, in my currency, I have earned 4 million rand in my currency in 15 months.
Wow.
It's huge.
I am literally tearing up over, yeah, how good God is. This is
Yes.
a miracle. Oh my goodness. Ah,
It's nothing short of a miracle. I mean, if you don't believe in miracles, this is it.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing that. So, if
Mhm.
you could describe the Legacy Builder program in just 3 words, what would they be?
Empowering, mind-blowing, transformative.
Amen. I agree.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
So then just moving a little bit into your marketing, what has been
Mm.
working for you best in doing marketing online? Is there maybe a certain platform, maybe something you've learned, one strategy that you're like, just do this? Like, is there anything that you could just share briefly on?
I really enjoyed TikTok. I really enjoyed TikTok. I love the organic growth. I love the interaction. I love how quickly your accounts can grow. I love the reach that you can get. So my speciality to date has been TikTok. Um, but I'm ready to pivot. I am ready to take that next step and go to my next social media platform. Because TikTok, I now do with my eyes closed. I am now ready for that next challenge, which I'm really excited about. But yes, so for now, I've specialized on TikTok. I also a lot of my training inside of my community is about TikTok, and then the next platform is knocking. It's time for me to go there. Yes,
Ooh, exciting. We will stay
Mm.
tuned to see how that goes.
Yes. No.
So, looking back, is there anything that you wish you had known when you started?
Be coachable.
Mm,
Be coachable. Michelle has mentioned a couple of times that specifically salespeople, they struggle the most with this because they are salesy. I come from 28 years worth of sales experiences, 3 years of my own businesses. I mean, I had my own real estate agency, 10 agents working for me. I know how to sell. I know business.
yeah.
And then I was arrogant. I was not coachable. So anything, if I knew then what I know now, I would have taken my knowledge, put it in a little box, closed that little box, put it aside, and whatever Michelle told me, I would have like literally sucked up like a sponge. That is what I would have done. I wouldn't have wasted a month's income. That is one of the one things that I wish I had done differently is become coachable from the start.
Yeah, I get it.
Mm.
And so, what are your goals now for your future because you have built this awesome foundation?
So I have a goal that I want to become a dollar millionaire this year.
Mm,
So the goal's quite high. That
yeah.
is what I want to achieve. By November of this year, I want to retire my mom.
Mm,
I want to take everything that I own, sell it. It either needs to fit in my vehicle or I even sell my vehicle. We take pen, go like this, down on a map, and that is where we're going to go for 6 months, a year, 3 months, whatever the case might be. I want to take my mom and my little girl, and I want to start traveling. My son is currently studying; he wants to go back to England. So that is my plan: is to literally start traveling the world, but again, based on faith.
yep.
Where I need to be, that is where I'll be.
Mm, I love
Mm.
that. That's so exciting. And yeah, you're totally gonna do it. So,
Yes.
wrapping things up, what would you say to someone who's maybe, wanting more time and freedom in their lives, but they're feeling hesitant about this program?
Pray about it. The
Yeah.
moment you've got God as your business partner, you will have success. The moment God tells you, and I mean, be blatant about it. Tell God, do you know what? Give me a blue butterfly if this is for me. Like, be that clear about it, because the moment you know that you've got him as your business partner, you can only succeed. You're going to have hurdles, because your hurdles are your stumbling blocks, so that you can learn, and him just redirecting you. But if I've got any advice, pray about this. If it's meant for you, God will open the doors for you, and then you give it 1,000,000%. Because a lot of us go into this, it's like, the moment somebody contacts me and they're like, I don't really know if this is for me, then I almost want to tell them, then don't do this. Because if you are unsure, then that's what's going to transpire. There's going to be uncertainties that's going to confirm, because whatever you think of, you create. So if somebody comes to me and said to me, Christelle, I know this is going to work. I don't know what this is. I'm going to do this. I had an interview with a lady yesterday, and she said she was busy. She learned about digital marketing, and she had every excuse under the book. Then had a chat to the person that she got the information from, and the lady basically gave her all the answers. She said, and one Sunday morning she was making her bed, and she just heard a voice saying, "Go and purchase that program." And she acted. And I mean, that is what we need to be. We need to, like, when God tells you, do this, do this. But digital marketing is not necessarily for everyone. So make sure that God is a partner in your business. And when that is, then you go all out, because you are going to have difficult days, because there are going to be hurdles in the way. And you need to have that perseverance. This is a business for your entire life. No one can take this away from you. I mean, the moment you move towns, you need to start working from scratch. With this, it's yours for life. It's a legacy for your children. But do it 100%. And when you do it 100%, you are going to get out what you put in.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This has been amazing. Thank you for your time. Is there any last words, any advice, any things you just want to say before we wrap up?
I'm just, one of the things that I regret is not starting sooner. I started this when my little girl was 2 years old. I lost a year and a half time with her, working two jobs. I wish I started this sooner. I wish I found this sooner, so that I could have had more time with my son. But I also do believe that everything happens when it should. But that is my only regret. I wish I started this sooner. So my suggestion to anyone would be is, if you are interested in this, do your homework, pray about that, and stop scrolling. Do something about that, because a lot of people just sit on the sideline and don't do anything about it. Action is what's going to make what's going to make a success in your business, or what's going to make a difference in your life. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for your time and for sharing so beautifully. You are such an inspiration to me and so many. And yeah, God bless you and everything you do.
Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for having me. It was such a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.